अभी जैसे ज्ञान में अराउंड 16 इयर्स हुए। 2007 में जब मैं पढ़ाई कर रही थी, कॉलेज में थी, तभी जैसे कॉलेज में ही प्रोफेसर्स थे, वो पढ़ाते भी थे और साथ में क्योंकि वो संस्था से जुड़े थे तो कहते थे कि कुछ प्रोग्राम होता था तो इनविटेशन वगैरह आता था। तो पढ़ाई के साथ ही जैसे परिचय मिला। और सबसे पहले तो जब मैं सेंटर गई थी, दादी जानकी इनॉग्रेशन के लिए आए हुए थे वहां पर। तो सबसे पहले मेरा तब जाना हुआ, तो दादी को देखा मैंने। तो कुछ समझ में तो आया नहीं, दादी कौन, संस्था क्या, कुछ मालूम नहीं। बस देख रही हूँ कि सब जैसे दादी आए ना तो सब दादी को मतलब ऐसे एकदम मतलब सब आगे पीछे दादी के। मैं सोच रही हूँ ये हो क्या रहा है, कुछ समझ में नहीं आया, तो कुछ भी नहीं समझा। बस दादी की जो इनोसेंस थी ना, वो बड़ी खींच रही थी। मतलब एक जो प्योरिटी की जो इनोसेंस होती है ना, वो दादी में इतनी इतनी फील हो रही थी, दादी से वो इनोसेंस कि हाँ जी, इंग्लिश बोल सकते हैं, हाँ जी। सो दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट encounter with the organization and brothers and sisters in the organization when Dadi had come. And definitely these great souls who've done so much of tapasya, so much of meditation, they have that 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 vibrations which just kind of makes you forget everything. So that was my experience when I saw Dadi Janki, and that's how slowly I started getting connected to Brahma Kumaris while I was still studying. So, students who are here with us today, it's wonderful because it's the right time that you are here. Because, in those initial days, when we actually get connected to spirituality, it's much easier for us to kind of, uh, you know, uh, let go of all the weaknesses because we've not acquired in this birth, we've not acquired those negativities of the world. So it's a wonderful time and it's a great time. And thank you, especially to the children. Of course, बड़ों को भी है ही, लेकिन thank you to all the children who are here because it's great to have each one of you here. क्योंकि मैं भी उसी एज में जुड़ी थी ना, तो एक कनेक्शन फील होता है जब बच्चों को देखते हैं। So that's how my journey started. After I got connected with spirituality, also I continued with my education. I did MBA. I worked with corporate for about 12 years, worked with private bank and some digital organization. I worked in HR in training. So that's how my experience. But along with that, I continued my spiritual journey. And about 1.5 year back, there was one Swaman that I was practicing, and that Swaman was what I just mentioned in the Murli also. That Swaman was Har Sankalp, Har Shwas, Har Second, Baba Ko Arpan. Everything, every thought, every second is for godly service. So that's when I thought that, and anyways, the Seva uh, recording, shoots, going for other programs, all that started happening simultaneously. So then I thought I should move on from a full-time job to maybe a freelancing where I can spend more time in Seva. And since then, there is this thought is so much there that every thought, every, breath is godly service. So that's one swaman that I've been practicing, and hopefully, you know, what it does is it just brings you so much closer to God. It just brings you so close to God. So that's one little experience that I have in past 1.5 year. Things may be as per what you wanted. They may be, very different from what you expect from life. They may be very, very different. And especially in my case, that's what happened. The moment I said, okay, Baba, you know, every moment surrendered to you. That's exactly the time where so initially in 15 years that I was there in Gyan. Before that, okay Baba, ye seva karni hai, Baba ye karna है, and Baba used to say okay, बच्चे जो कहे, एक होता है ना बाप का प्यार है तो बच्चे जो कहे हाँ जी. So I used to feel, oh, God makes all my wishes come true, so he loves me a lot. But I realized in past 2 years that when I said, okay Baba, everything surrendered to you, you take charge of my life, and after that nothing happened the way I wanted things to happen. But I exactly know that now God has taken charge of my life. And that's the most beautiful thing because we think how our life has to be. It's in a very limited way. Okay, because we only see what we have in our present. People, situations, all that is there in the present. But God sees much larger picture for all of us. And and when we completely surrender to God, our life given to God, what happens is He takes charge of our lives. And then what He does for us is very different from what we expect. But it's, in at some point in time, I know that I'll just look back and say, thank you for what you've done for me. It may not have been what I wanted, but it is definitely so much better than what I may have thought for myself. So, irrespective, if we are, of course, if we are at the center, it's a wonderful, fortune altogether. But irrespective of where we are, you know, that thought that we are surrendered, our life is for Him and His service. That's the best thing that we can do for ourselves, because then we are not responsible for our lives. It's God who's taking care of everything, whether we ourselves, our family, our work, everything is taken care. We don't have to think much after that. So that's a little experience that I have for last 2 years. Wherever we are, whatever we are doing, He just takes care when we give the charge of our life to, and nobody better than God can take care of us. Yeah, not even we ourselves can take care of ourselves the way He does. So just giving it to God, saying that, oh, I'm free now, you take care. So it may not necessarily turn out to be the way we want, but it'll for sure be much better than we, think for ourselves. That's one faith. That faith will help us completely surrender.
Watching your YouTube how much time it connect and believe like okay that's something there.
Even today, my family is not in Gyan. Nobody, even in my extended family or my friends, nobody at all in Gyan, even today. But I see that shift.
Little bit of disconnect for some time.
All the brothers sisters were connected on Zoom also. Just a little piece of information. Bap Dada Live is getting connected in few minutes. There is some technical, thing that is getting arranged. So it may take a few more minutes before we connect live with Bap Dada. So for me, it was never that one moment that I felt, this is God and this is spirituality and this is the part. It never happened for me that way. I just started going to center because I liked the environment, I liked Soli, and I liked the entire feel of it. And because two young sisters, everybody feels very connected to students and youth and children. So that's the environment that I just started going to center. Not that I connected to Murli very soon. I think I started understanding Murli only after a few years, 2 or 3 years, that I was able to connect to Murli myself. It's more about the Brahmin Parivar and the Palna and the sustenance that you get from the family. So it was never the moment where I decided, this is the path that I want to take. It just gradually happened. So it just on its own, it started, I never thought of it that this is what I want. But yeah, it's definitely one thing which I, for sure knew is that I could experience a lot of love from God. When I used to sit in meditation or when I used to come to center, I used to feel that vibration. I used to feel that sustenance. So that kept me going for a while. And, 2, 3 years, then I think I knew that, yeah, this is what my life is for. But it's a very gradual process.
Gradual. So
Yeah.
like I was listening to this Shivani. That's what how I got into that I was listening to. And she said like she did not like right away. It was not connected right away. So that's what I was wondering about you. I watched many of the videos. Right. Yeah.
A little bit about me, and it was definitely
आप
wonderful.
जिस सेंटर से निकले हो उस सेंटर में रेंट भरने के लिए पैसा नहीं था एक टाइम, ठीक है, तो कहीं ना कहीं से बाबा ने करवाया, देखो कैसे, तो कैसे लाइफ कम्स फुल सर्कल, आप उसी आत्मा उसी सेंटर में पहुंचे जो आत्मा वहां था पहले, राइट? इंटरेस्टिंग वही है.
It's also the center which I got introduced to spirituality.
Ironically, it
is
is,
from the
right?
same center. So yeah, that's why he's saying, life comes to a full circle.
शांतिवन ये तो ये आपको ट्रांसलेट वाला चाहिए वेंजय।
इंग्लिश के साथ।
हाँ ओके, इसमें आएगा।